The Remaking of Sociology and Therapy by Joseph Andre Encinas, aka Seth Moses, with more understanding and greater depth and reason, yes, but that wouldn't be it. It would be something different that I just can't remember for some apparent reason. But I'm going to read these notes of therapy and sociology since this is a good place to, with more experience. Notes of therapy and sociology with more experience on the same notes. If we gain an education, which is a body-ruled experience, a mind, let's start over and see if we can go through this, where it can reach in depth to the heart of a point. If we gain an education, which is a body-ruled experience, if we gain an education, which is a body-ruled experience, a mind-tilted phenomenon. An education is a mind-tilted phenomenon, and a clue, C-L-U-E, oriented shape. A type of broadcast in the mental cerebral cortex is a clue-oriented shape. So a clue is a word. We're looking for a word. We're looking for a word to come down. Let's assume we were looking for a word to come up. That may be a gender problem that you have to figure out. Why would you want a word to come up instead of come down? Let's read. We save our chances of time on having dwellings built by geometry and math and science. So if we gain an education, and don't use drugs, don't smoke, unless it's just a cigarette, and maybe a little bit of weed, and no more beer, and hard alcohol could be used, but no more beer, although I don't drink, but will, but don't. So most likely I won't. 4 people plus 4 people equals an audience. An audience is something that we need to discuss our methods of the floor. The floor, the ground, which holds all the deposits to humans and trees. So you see this right here, came from the floor. That's a good introduction. When we breathe and come up with a breathing rate solution that doesn't hem us too much, but accelerates into socialism, capitalism, and the highway that leads to the home, the power, the utensil. Read on. All sound is coming in, and who can stop sounds? Sounds mean activity. Activity is like a principal study. Will the dwellings all be complete one day? Or does damage run longer than stability? When we breathe and come up with a breathing rate solution that doesn't hem us too much, but accelerates into socialism, capitalism, and the highway that leads to the home, the power, the utensil. All sound is coming in, and who can stop sounds? Sounds mean activity. Activity is like a principal study. Will the dwellings all be complete one day, or does damage run longer than stability? Each stable employee and each stable general person wakes up with testing another approach to consume, or does everyone fast all the time? Let's read on. If a land, lush and green, vanishes because we change, what or who is the replica that is the standard of glory? If practice strengthens hands and walking strengthens character, love crushes all things, not made of iron. Here, let me have your metal trust, not your time. When we behave mentally and lift our arms, it seems to push the land forward. We select. When fortune is seasonal in all year, roaming from faith to faith and adding more stones, more wood, the house is cheaper, but the vision will allow you to see grooves in the detail. Do you have any power left in you on or from discouragement? No. After losing your money gambling. You see the theory. What are the chances of winning a bet? Is it fun? Betting is fun. Losing finalizes our pain. That's sharp. When we lose, we quit. When we win, we try the same game over. Is it safe to say that we are good or great at gambling? If we practice money management, by the time we spend a little, we have more room to keep spending a little. If we practice money management, by the time we spend a little, we have more room to keep spending a little. But is spending a little saving a lot, or do we enjoy employment to reimburse our effort? A social worker is independent in research and can level your playing field and support any groundwork you find discussing in training. The social field, like your mailing address that you need to use for seeing your mail and opening your mail and filling out your signature to all your mail pertinent to roll call. When we are not absent and work on our perfect attendance like group or shelter areas. Leave no undistinct reminder to your neighbor or yourself if clarity is your choice to make more things light up. Pure in a sense, that all purity is from water, for without water there can be no purification. It is written, you must be baptized first, then the Holy Ghost will come upon you. I want the Holy Ghost to come upon me. Is a stranger welcomed by a person with no arms? No. The one without the arms is rather welcomed. Nevertheless, great choice of words. At the last moment before everything was determined, our electricity is not a main source of electric power. We trigger, we roll, we add to the luminary place. What do we add? We add acts and the willing point of destiny, which seems to go all the time, to the extent of putting the habit together. Every habit, all addiction, is the power that inhales and holds to disintegrate within the souls that have seen with tips that joint evenly like the measure of each bone and head. The bones have ligaments. The ligaments move and have oxygen, like a scale cooling through it, or we are tense and stiff. Does a stiff man reign or rule, or does a man differ when an excellent priority has taken wave? When a wave reaches you, which is maybe a short whiz slower than the speed of light, or maybe even or quicker than the speed of sound, it pinches our territorial reins. One hint, one glance, and the taking of a city can have ambivert people burst forth with preciousness, antiquity, or even a well-minded tongue. And we take politics, for example, that doesn't withdraw. Even if the population is one. Is one. Let's make a field study. Observe and write this. We see everything, and everything is observable. Because no one says I came into this earth to disappear. Rather a bit, they came to see if it is happening to be the way they feel or imagine. You know, we don't walk with our eyes closed. Or does imagination control you? Are you free? Are you speeding up? Are you differing from all other components? Or have you set your matches to qualify you as a citizen? A sociological ramp and study, one, to elevate yourself, and two, to include your stability to march, raise and step on. When we step through the night, the day, the morning, the evening, and shuttle pass this wisdom to the next person of your age or identity, meaning age is not a number, and you are maybe affiliated with all time. Every person willing lesson learned. You have the greatest possible advance, aware of all, and you have eaten your share of wisdom to the full. Now we let it out of us into the earth, our planet, whether Mars or Venus. We still came together, and we may not want to be aliens, but humans, gods, angels, witnesses, men. Structural Functionalism by Seth Moses, your sociologist, aka Any Known Man.